Friday, April 28th, and a lot of people are talking about the Steven Crowder video. A lot of people are talking about Steven Crowder. They had this terrible argument. It was captured on Ring camera, which that seems like an invasion of privacy, does it not? Now, Steven Crowder's an asshole. Steven Crowder is an asshole. That's why you can actually hear what I'm saying, because fuck Steven Crowder. Fuck his, viewpoints, his ideology. He's a right-wing piece of shit. He's just always been a fucking asshole. So don't give a shit about his goddamn fucking this or that. He's getting a divorce. He still wants her. She wants to leave him. He doesn't. They both said they didn't love each other, right? She said, "I love you, but," so that means I don't love you. And then he said, "I don't love you." So they both said that they didn't love each other. And that's a terrible conversation. And, it got heated. And he said he was going to fuck her up, Later on, we don't even hear that part. Later on, apparently, he says he was going to fuck her up. But she walks right by him. She's got that little visor. I think she's like in flip-flops and shit. And she's just, now Steven. She's not really talking to him correctly either. This is April 28th. I'm just wondering in, June if anybody will give a shit about any of this. I don't think this sinks him. And actually, when people fucking go after people and they try to cancel people, he's getting a divorce. It's a sad situation, okay? He still wants to be married to her, he's saying, but, he feels like it's a personal failure. In terms of being a conservative, in terms of continuity, you want marriages to succeed. Now, I would say weigh the marriage against the family, weigh the marriage against the business. If the marriage is sinking the business, if the marriage is sinking the family, then the marriage is no good. But in terms of, continuity, in terms of conservatism, in terms of keeping the ship moving, going, the end of relationships, people, sometimes you can have a amicable relationship. Sometimes it goes sour. And it's just terrible. I think Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's, the tabloids are eating a lot of their shit up. So sometimes they could just go scorched earth. Nah, he's a pile of shit. She's a pile of shit. And the divorce is just going to be gross and ugly. And they're going to paint each other in the worst light possible. Try to get the bigger chunk of the fucking, custody, property, money, pensions, silverware, what the fuck ever. So comparatively speaking, he's right. There is no abuse, no physical abuse, no sexual abuse, no violence. People are saying emotional and mental abuse, but that's harder to define. And the street goes both ways. If you ever seen Knocked Up, well, they get into an argument right before the birth, and basically they were saying to each other, "Get better," Joe Rogan and that other person. So, he didn't read the baby books, and then she wasn't really listening to him or some fucking bullshit, so they separated, and then they got better and got smarter. And then when it came time to give birth, he had read the baby books, and she was more appreciative of him, so they grew better. They grew closer to each other. One thing we could do with the Twitter files is just get rid of the fake accounts. Keep the real people. The real people that have real accounts, keep them, and all the fucking fake accounts. My God, all the Russian bots and the FBI bots and the fucking... And I think we should have Federal Reserve bank accounts too. Our dollar is going down. We need to really think about how to strengthen our dollar. We should invest in Bitcoin, AmeriCoin. $50 million. That's what people are looking at. Steven Crowder is getting felt. He is. People are feeling Steven Crowder. So since he's like, Clem Chowder. Since Steven Crowder is worth $50 million, people are going to try to jump on top of him, try to jump on his head, try to take some of his shine, try to take some of his light away from him. When I compare and contrast other relationships, there's, people had bad arguments, and that could have been the straw that broke the camel's back, so that was a bad argument. But he's standing there by the doorway, and she walks right by him. She doesn't look oppressed. She's got the little visor. She just comfortably walking in here and there and got the sandals. And if she is afraid, he is a man. So she's just always kind of going to be afraid of his, physicality. I remember the Damasco family reunion. So when I was younger, I went to the Damasco family reunion, and we're all young, and I guess one of my distant cousins, one said some stupid shit and one said some pretty alarming shit. I was talking about when you tinkle, if you sprinkle, when you tinkle, then wipe this, be a sweetie and wipe the seedy. I was trying to come up with that poem because I saw that poem at a bathroom, and then the other guy said, "Oh yeah, I know what you," and then go poop on the sea. Okay, go poop on the sea. Is that what you're trying to tell me? The other interesting distant cousin morphism is mom's gonna call the cops on you. If you don't listen to me, mom's gonna call the cops on you. So I don't know. I grew up in Kentucky, so I don't know where the fuck the rest of you motherfuckers, grew up. But having a bad conversation sucks. Having an argument sucks. And they shouldn't be together. That's the end of their relationship. So it's sad. I'm really sad for Steven Crowder. I'm sad for his wife. They are having a baby. So this newborn baby is going to be born in a loveless, hopeless, cold, psychotic, neoliberal, capitalist, imperialistic world. Do we have a constitutional and democratic republic anymore? Or do we just have to obey the emperor? Ike Turner was, giving fucking knuckle sandwiches, knocking him out. Chris Brown fucking punched Rihanna, got a black eye, right? The fucking stereotypical black eye, Chris Watts. Well, shit, he took a shovel to his wife and then, killed his whole family, murdered them all. So, yeah, Steven Crowder is better than Chris Watts. Steve Crowder is better than Ike Turner. Steven Crowder is better than Chris Brown and Chris Watts. I do feel lied to. There's bad and good in all groups of people. There's bad and good in all groups of people. When I look at all the Karens all over the place, Candace, she talks about she likes strong men, right? Her grandfather didn't even shed a single tear. Her grandmother died, and her grandfather didn't even cry, which is, I guess, stoic. Is that how that's strong? I think it's psycho, right? That's not really stoic, it's psycho. You didn't even cry for your partner for life? What, to maintain your fascist authoritarian, you're always in control and nothing ever... Talk about being a know-it-all. You fucking know-it-all motherfucker. Sitting there act like, what, we all need your commands, motherfucker? We all need to wait for you and wait on you hand and foot, reason and emotional. You need both, right? You need your logic and reason, and you got your emotional side. You need both sides. So if there's one time to cry, maybe when your partner for life dies. That seems to be the one time I think it would be okay to cry. You psycho piece of shit. You didn't even love your fucking wife of 50 fucking years. Do you love anybody or any fucking thing? And who was going to go get the damn dog medicine? The dogs needed their medicine. And, at the very end, he opened the door. She walks in, and the dogs walk in. There's no swinging. There's no throwing of ice cubes. There's no taking of people's heads and slamming them. And there's no smacking and slapping. When I think of all these damn Karens, all these shitty fucking Karens, curs, splooshes, right? About these screets. You ever been? These screets are tough. These screets are tough, and that's what we need, just to curse sploosh the Karens. Curse sploosh the crazy ass racist child abusing piles of fucking crap Karens. We need strong men to handle these fucking nonsense and saying they're criminals. We're not even talking about like, oh, okay, grown ass woman. You may act like a little, but you're a grown ass woman. You have agency. You have a backbone. You have. Maybe Andy Kaufman was right. He wasn't fighting women. He was just wrestling with them. That's better. You spar with your friends. You wrestle with your friends. You don't. We do need strong men. Candace Owens says she likes strong men. She even asked, should women even have a right to vote? There's another video of Candace Owens. So just a couple, Kim Potter. Kim Potter's a white woman, shot, killed black dude. Black dude got in a car and was driving off. She said, taser, taser, taser. But at the trial, she couldn't even fake tears. Oh my God, he was a life. And his life mattered. Oh my goodness. I can't believe what I've done. And she's already got released. Of her 2-year sentence, she's already served a fucking year and a half for murder. For fucking murder. And then she was a dickhead the whole fucking trial. Look at her dickhead fucking mugshot and her dickhead fucking testimony. Like she's above it all. Oh, okay. So I shot a person. Yeah, Kim Potter, you shot and murdered. They're dead. Oh, you want me to cry about it and feel sorry for him? You know, don't do the time, don't do the crime. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Kim Potter's a psycho. She couldn't even cry about it. She's already out of prison, already out of jail. 1 fucking year, 1.5. Letitia Staunch, we're told that she stabbed that boy 18 times. Shot him once in the jaw, stabbed him 18 times. Denise Cordova killed a 2-year-old kid. Bethany Funke, she's, this is just some Karen shit. She was claiming to be terrorized because she was asked to go testify at a trial. If you're in the house where there's 4 people that got stabbed, brutally, murderly, bloodily, crazily to death, 4 people got murdered, and you was in that house, every one of you assholes need to go to either the preliminary hearing or the fucking trial. Yeah, you need to go to the trial. No, just be an American. Go and testify to what you saw. You're scared of this. You're scared of that. Okay, be scared, okay? Because if you're involved, then you should be scared. But you could plead the 5th Amendment. If you're just a witness, go there and say what the fuck you saw, you fucking piece of shit. That would help to convict him. That would help to put him behind bars. That would help justice. That would help goodness. For goodness sake. You want some, they'll pay you. They'll pay your hotel. They'll pay your food. They'll pay your travel. They'll pay your wages. You got nothing to lose. Unless you're a criminal piece of shit. And if you're a criminal piece of shit, then you should claim the 5th Amendment. But that's the only real reason why you should be terrorized. He's behind bars. You have the entire police state protecting you. You're fine. So just some white, Letitia Staunch, she's going to stab boy and then still expect dude to love him. Love her. Kim Potter couldn't even cry. And then I just saw some ABBA and Preach. Karen spits on somebody and then the lady punches her like 6 or 7 times and she's like, okay, calm down. And then she's like, I've got to get out of here. But that's fucking bullshit. These damn Karens are fucking acting a fucking fool everywhere they go. And what do they want? Do they want freedom and justice? Do they want a Bill of Rights? Do they want 3 branches of government? Do they want to stop tyranny? No, they are tyrants. They're fucking, they're fascist, tyrannical, totalitarian, manipulative, controlling piles of shit. And a good relationship is equal. They both check each other. So if you think that handling your man is okay, but your man handling you is not, tell your man how to handle you. Because what if you are fucking, on some bullshit, spouting off some bullshit? I've seen some beautiful relationships where she was, a dumb piece of crap Karen saying dumb crap, but her man grabbed a hold of her, put her inside the fucking truck, and then drove her ass home. You are getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And some people might just fuck with you. You're drunk, so let's see how fucking bad you'll get. Let's see how bad you'll go. Mom gonna call the cops on you. Mom's gonna call the cops on you. Oh, Covington, Kentucky. Oh, Covington, Kentucky. So Candace Owens wants to ask, should women have the right to vote? She also says she likes strong men. So Steven Crowder was trying to talk. It was a bad argument. It was a bad conversation. But when people are just shaking their heads and grabbing their pearls, how do you handle your woman? What is the best way to handle your woman? Be strong and firm? I saw, I'll answer my own question. I saw Flavor Flav. He handled New York pretty good. And she's like, yeah, and some pickles and some mustard on that bitch. She was fucking getting all crazy and shit. And then he just kind of said, what's going on? And he just tried to decipher what was going on and what could be done in order to, sort of diffuse the situation. She was standing on top of I don't know what the hell, but Mrs. Crowder wasn't looking oppressed. He was getting all pissed off, but any one of them could fucking just grab a bludgeon or a knife or a deadly weapon, a gun, and then just go to town. So to assume that he's in any less danger. And then he was just saying, you feel restricted. I feel restricted. For some reason, he's feeling restricted. And still the dogs don't have their fucking medicine. I'm worried about the dogs and their damn medicine. When I think about my dogs, when they're right or wrong, I really hate two things with my dogs: when they go after each other's food. I hate it when they take each other's food. Sometimes the bigger bullies will just try to take the other one's food, even though they have a full fucking thing of food. It's not fair. It's not right. We all got to eat. We all got to eat. And you're stealing their food before you've even ate your food, you fucking prick. And the other time is, even if they're, playfully playing with each other or meanly playing with each other, and they start hurting each other and they don't stop. The other one's screaming out in pain. They're screaming they, don't like it. And the other one doesn't fucking stop. That ticks me off so fucking much. Can't you hear them? Can't you hear that they're in pain? She said, I love you, but. So they both said that they didn't love each other. He's like discipline and respect. Trying to get her back online, get her into a protocol. Jordan Peterson says woman is chaos. So discipline and respect, she's there to sow the seeds of discord and chaos. But if we want a civilization where we have structures of institutions, continuity, then good marriages should be supportive of good businesses and good families. So if the marriage is consistent with the business, consistent helping with the business, helping with the family, then keep the marriage. Marriages aren't bad or good by themselves. Two people can love each other dearly. And what is a marriage? Is it till life? Is it a business relationship? Is it just a temporary partnership? You got divorces, right? So I tend to think that relationships last about 5, 6, 7 years. And then after the 7-year itch, people give up instead of saying no, instead of asserting their autonomy. So good for Crowder's wife for standing up for herself. And if they're getting a divorce, then, she wanted this and she's getting it. So we're going to have a nice Pax Americana. We're going to have a peace in the Middle East. You're going to need discipline and respect. He was an asshole. He was look, there's only one way for you to get out of this. She ain't going to do it no more. She ain't going to do it no more. And maybe she wasn't your cup of tea anyway, Stephen. You got to find out. You got to find a person that could love you for you. And it doesn't sound like she was loving you for you. So it sounds like it's best for you two to fucking part ways. It's going to be a public thing. You're worth $50 million. You're a big celebrity. Everybody wants to take a fucking dump on you. But everybody, people take a dump on goddamn motherfucking so many fucking people. Fox News shitted on AOC when she first got in there. And because she got shitted on so fucking much, she came out looking like a diamond. Looking so bright and shiny above all you motherfuckers. And I've seen it happen. The left wing keeps on basically elevating Dave Rubin. They just keep elevating these motherfuckers, thinking you're dunking on them. But if you're not sinking their fucking boats, and all you're doing is really elevating them, and they're interesting people, and they said something, they slightly messed up, so it's okay. Am I entertained? I am entertained. But I like to be entertained towards goodness, to a progressive fucking society, to a better world. So she's not being terrorized. It's interesting. The dynamic of the relationship seems to be interesting. He does seem to think like, well, Texas law doesn't let me keep her. She's not property, so she could just walk away and, whenever she feels like it. That being said, you got a lot of fucking shitty Karens. A lot of... Kim Potter didn't even have a heartbeat. Didn't even give a shit. She killed a man, took a man's life. Now, if she would say, well, he got in the car and so I was afraid of everybody, was in danger. She didn't say that. She said, oops, I made a mistake. Whoops! Killed a person's life. She shouted, taser, taser, taser. And then if he's in a vehicle, isn't he going to drive the fuck away, tasering while he's getting electrocuted? Yank him out, undo his seatbelt and yank him out, motherfucker. And then chase the car down and if it's still rolling. But she was like the fucking manager, so she has to be this over-the-top fucking authoritarian fucking dick. And then, I can't stand fascist men, so when women act fascist, it's almost, you look silly. You look like a goddamn clown. And there are two sexes. There are men and women. Women can give, birth, have children, and then men are a little bit stronger. And those are the two main fucking differences. Men are stronger. Chris Rock is a small fucking man, got smacked the fuck up. There's not a woman out here he wouldn't be able. There's only maybe 1 out of 100. 99% of all women out here, in a fair like boxing match with a referee and that's not even to brag about it, but that's just that's the dynamic. That's the dynamic. You're a little bit weaker so you can have babies, right? So you can be more agreeable. He's more stronger so you can be more protective. So he said he's going to fuck her up. What's that mean? He's going to fuck her up financially, her reputation. I'm going to fuck you up. Or he's going to kick her ass. Or he's going to suggest that he's going to kick her ass. It's the implication. It's a terrible argument, terrible. And again, when are the dogs going to get their goddamn medicine? American dollar is slipping. We need to get into fucking Bitcoin. Meanwhile, everybody's talking about this dumb shit. The dogs haven't got their fucking medicine, okay? So, love and marriage, go together like a... What about Dana White? Didn't he like smack the crap out of her? Like she smacked him and then he smacked her. Like she dropped it and like he smacked. It was like was it a deck? Was it a smack or a punch? If there is one thing, women should not be allowed to assault men. And men should be restrainingly, try to hold her arms and hold her back. But if she tries to go on, if she has a weapon, if it gets more and more dangerous, you don't get to assault me. You don't get to attack me. And if you do attack me, then I saw this one, just man and woman were sitting next to each other, and the woman kind of punched the guy's leg, and then he punched her leg right back. And I felt like he didn't like haul back and cowboy punched the crap out of her leg. He just kind of, hit her right back the same effort that she had hit him. It wasn't a playful hit. She had kind of hit him in anger, and so he had kind of hit her in equal anger. I saw this other Russian video where the woman is just acting crazy and she's kind of like emotional and then she's just like slapping, like trying to be like she's slapping-ish but not doing anything, and then eventually she slaps him. And then the cop, it's a police officer, he's just staring at her all pissed off, and then eventually he comes up to a conclusion and is like, she hit me, I get to hit her. And he smacks her back. And then she goes, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. You hit him. Why the fuck, you're going to play dumb fucking games. You want to participate, you want to drive the car, you want to get a job and a business and this and that. Okay, you get to be an adult. You get to be an adult, an American. You get all these, civil liberties. You get the tax breaks, a fucking bank account, the law, whatever. You get, But if you're going to play an adult, then you got to be an adult and you can't go around criminalizing people. You can't be a fucking criminal, Kim Potter. You can't smack people, attack people. You can't shoot and kill people. You can't. It's illegal. And if men would learn to handle their crazy ass Karen women better, then we wouldn't see all this dumb shit. They should check each other. That's the whole point. There's, pros and cons for singles and relationships. The biggest pros and cons is, single, I'll say, let's go up to the top of the mountain. That sounds like a great idea for the day. Well, you have all these other things that you need to do. So, love and marriage.